Hi friends, welcome back. I'm MC and I want to get all of my WIPs finished before the end of the year. Out of nowhere the other day, this idea popped into my head of a no WIP new year, meaning that when the new year came along, I would have no active WIPs on my needles, crochet hooks, sewing machine, spinning wheel, anything. And it really stinks when something rolls off the tongue like that, because now I am committed to a no WIP new year with a caveat. And that caveat is that I'm really kind of thinking of like Christmas as my new year, because I basically want to have all of these done before Christmas ideally, and then cast on something like new and relaxing and fun and just have that one WIP to carry me into the new year. So is this a one WIP new year? I don't know. Also, I just realized I'm leaning on the table and I might have been shaking you. Sorry. Let's start with some stats of where I'm at right now. I grabbed this notebook because I was just really feeling like I needed to write things down in pen, in fun colored pens, rather than doing it on my computer. I was just feeling like I really needed that. So here's where we're at currently. By the way, if you are wondering, I am wearing the Pillars pullover by Claire of Perfectly Knotted, Claire Jackson, and I used an oopsie skein from my shop and an oopsie skein from the Little Wolf Knits held together to make this. And I love it so much. Anyway, stats of where we're at. I have actually finished currently this year. Now I'm talking about knitting, crocheting, spinning, weaving, and sewing. Those are the things. I have finished 50 projects. 50. And as soon as I started counting, I went, oh no, that's a nice round number. Maybe I don't want to finish all of these projects before the end of the year, because then I'll end up with like 54. No one likes that number. 50 is so good, right? Anyway, here's where I'm at with all of my different things. I have 28 knit projects that I have completed this year. 5 crochet, which actually makes me a little sad. I thought I had done more than that. 13 spinning, which is cool. 2 weaving, and 2 sewing. I made 2 quilts this year, which again, also that makes me sad. I wish I had done more sewing this year. Also, this, I didn't really count in the numbers because I wasn't sure how to. My stats got a little bit funky, and you'll see why in a second, but I did process one fleece completely from start to finish. I scoured it, processed it, and spun it, and I have scoured 5 more fleece. I just haven't completed the process with them. Now, things get a little funky because I spun, like I processed and spun a fleece, and then I also knit it. So does that count as 1 or does that count as 2? I don't know. These are my rules. I can make up whatever I want. So right now, as it stands, I'm counting them as 2 different things. And that's how I got to 50. If you're wondering what I made, 1, you can check my Ravelry. It'll be linked down below. But I tried to take a tally of things, and honestly, I started getting lost because I was like, what counts as a tank versus a vest versus like a sleeveless top versus a, you know, sleeveless sweater. It has no sleeves, but it has a turtleneck. What are these things? So I will say I made 1 wall hanging, 3 pairs of socks, 3 shawls, 3 dresses, 1 cardigan. I made 7 things with long sleeves. And then everything else was a tee tank vest situation. Something that had no sleeves. So that's 5, 10, 15. 15 things that were various non-long sleeve upper body garments. Actually, I think there were 2 bralettes in there as well. So yeah, things you wear on the top that don't have long sleeves. That's what the rest of them were. So what do I do now? Let's talk about what I have going on at this moment in time. And I'm going to try to not bump you as much as I can. So in terms of knitting, we'll go from, I think when, I just dropped things already, when I started them to most recent cast on. I have a second half sweatshirt that I started. This is a pattern by Brie of the Little Wolf Knits, and I have joined for the underarms, and I have not touched this in well over a month. I don't know what happened. I think I had finished my downstate dress, which is a boucle design, and then I immediately cast this on, and then I went, actually, I think I need a break from boucle. So I want to get this done. I'm not upset about it with it. I want to finish it. I think I just put it in a bag and haven't been looking at it in a while. So that's one thing. I have to finish the body and do 2 sleeves. Hopefully soon. Then I have to pick up what I threw on the ground. I started a pair of socks just to carry around with me at Rhinebeck, I think. And these are some self-striping socks from Woolens and Nosh. This is the colorway Day Hiking. This is just no pattern. I just cast on 64 stitches and I go around and around and around. This is all I have done. And I am very much not wanting to work on these lately. My sock mojo has been gone for a long time. But I want to get them done because I don't want them hanging around anymore. And because I have other plans that I would rather be working on. So this is the first sock. I think we are probably past a leg at this point. We're like working on into the foot, and then I will do an afterthought heel. But I just don't feel like working on those. I want them done, but I don't want to do it myself. Next, we have a new design, and this is the Stadium Crew. I am working on the front panel. I'm almost done with the front panel. I have a little bit left. 3 inches maybe of the front panel left to do before I join in the round. I also have not worked on this in a long time. I don't know why. I think I got distracted. I was working on a quilt and I was kind of like putting all of my energy into that, and this got put aside for no reason other than I just got distracted. So this has like most of it that needs to be done. I have to finish the front panel, do the whole body, do the sleeves, write the pattern, all of that. So I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed. Can I do this? I keep going back and forth between feeling like it's very possible and it's very impossible. I don't know. And the last knitting WIP that I have is something that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show you. Sorry, it's in a loud bucket. And this is my Moana blanket. I don't think I can even hold the whole thing up. This is a blanket. Oh my gosh. If I hold it up, I can't tell if you can actually see the whole thing. But this is a blanket that I started last year, and it ended about here, and I bound off, and this is using the Moana and Moana 2 countdowns from the Little Wolf Knits. and I bound it off when the blanket was this big. And then I got a second countdown and I unpicked the bind off, and picked up again and have been working. So I have done this much, and I just today, this morning, in the middle of this row, I added in day 14. So I'm almost halfway through with finishing up the second half of this blanket, if that makes sense. So I'm getting there, but it takes time. And I think this is partly where I got a little bit distracted from my other projects. I picked this up and I have just been, oh my gosh, I can't get it back in. I've just been having so much fun working on it that I don't want to work on anything else. And I guess as long as I'm working on it, that's getting me progress towards my no WIP New Year Christmas thing. But also I feel like I'm neglecting everything else. And I feel like once I finish this, I am gonna be still in blanket mode and I'm not gonna want to work on my other things. But let's talk about other WIPs before we go into the plan. Sorry, you might have just moved. I had to change out my memory card. I have, unfortunately, 3 spinning projects that I am in the middle of, and I don't like that. I don't know how this happened. Well, I do know how it happened. I was let loose with some fiber, but I don't like it. So first things first, I started spinning this Falkland. Yeah, Falkland, back in September, and I spun this bobbin that is here on my Nano, and I've done nothing else since. So this is supposed to be a 2 braid spin. So I have half a braid on this bobbin. I need to do another half of this braid and then a whole other braid. And legitimately, I'm not even kidding you, I think part of the reason I stopped working on this is because I put the cover on my Nano case that I have, and so I haven't seen it. This is a problem. I want to finish this. It was out of sight and therefore, like, not even out of mind, like, forgot it existed. So that shouldn't take too long, but I need to get there. Then I started another spin because I couldn't help it, and I have some Rolex from Kira Wiggins that I've been spinning on my Bosworth spindles, and I was flying through this project. I was flying through it, I was loving it, and then I screwed up my neck and I had to stop because I didn't want to keep like lifting my arm up and working on it like that. I didn't want to aggravate anything, and it like breaks my heart that this has been sitting untouched for so long, because I really don't want to lose my momentum on it. These are Polworth Rolex that were a gradient from pink to chartreuse kind of, and I have some undyed Polworth that I want to spin up as a second ply for this project. I think I might spin that on a wheel though, instead of spinning it on the drop spindles, and only spin these Rolex on the drop spindles. Not 100% committed to that decision, but I think that's the plan for right now, I think. And then I made a decision a few weeks ago that I a little bit regret, and that is that I started another spin of some silk on my EW6. And I think this might be my one, like, failing cheat code, get out of jail free card kind of deal for this challenge. And that is that I think I want to finish this bobbin, but I don't know if I'm going to finish this whole spin, because it is Not fun. I'm not having fun. It hurts my hands a little bit. Sorry, I have so much stuff everywhere. It hurts my hands to work on it. And so I think I'm gonna call it good if I finish that bobbin, because I think my second bobbin might not happen for like a while. I mean, ultimately, I would love to get it done, but I want to at least finish that bobbin so that I can use that wheel to ply this, so I don't have to ply it on these tiny bobbins. So things are interconnected and a little bit wild. So that's where I'm at. I currently have 4 knitting projects, no crochet, and 3 spins. Can I finish 7 things before the end of the year? I don't know. I mean, ultimately, even though I said my goal is Christmas, if I'm still working on these, but finishing them up in that last week of the year, that's okay. As much as I would love to have a new cast on for that week and just like chill and have all the Christmassy time fun and have a new squishy cast on, if I'm finishing these up, I think that would be okay with me. So, what other plans did do I have for the rest of the year? Well, one, a reason that I really, really, really want to get those socks done is because I have an Advent skein of yarn, self-striping yarn from Kirby Werby that I got in 2023, I think. And I would like to work on it this year in December. I have been telling myself that I was going to work on it in December, like all year long. And now I feel like I'm failing at that. I feel like I'm not going to get there because like I said, my sock mojo is gone, and I would have to finish a pair of socks that I'm only like a quarter of the way through, and then also make another pair of socks before the end of the year. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. We'll see. I also wanted to hopefully try to make a muscle bra maybe with a single skein of yarn. I was thinking of doing a 1 week, 1 skein, kind of like pull out some yarn, let the jar decide, and make that for a gift for a neighbor. But I've also been putting it off because, you know, I don't love gift knitting. And so I've been putting that off. And now I'm like, do I want to squeeze another skein of knitting into this year? I feel like there have been a couple times where you've just been watching me think, go off into the void in my brain and really process what I'm saying, because I don't think I've really thought this through until I sat down and started talking to you about it. Here are a couple other things that are going on with me right now. I started processing a fleece. I don't even know when, a long time ago, over the summer, maybe the spring. And I still have some left. And here is why I want to get this done. Because this is the remaining fleece that I have left to process. It's just in a vacuum seal bag. This is what I have left that needs to be picked before I can card and create bats out of this fleece. It's a Jacob fleece named Perseus. And this is what I have left. And this, oh no. that is what I have picked so far. And you might be able to tell that that box is gigantic and it's taking up space in my office, and I would really, really like it to not be doing that anymore. So, I don't know what happened and why I stopped working on this, but I would really like to finish picking that fleece before the end of the year and get it carded so I can get the lovely, beautiful bats that I make onto my shelf with my fiber stash, and this big freaking box can go away and I can stop tripping over it. And last but not least, this is a shameful one. This is silly. This is silly, and I should just deal with this today. I should deal with it today. But I could have said that about a lot of different days since I realized that this was a problem. And I still haven't. So, you know, this is a me problem. This is a blanket that I made. I don't even know when I made it. I don't even know. I don't know what it's called. I don't know when I made this. Hang on. I should have been prepared. This is the Saltwater Afghan, which is a pattern by Tony Lipsy. And I finished this. I finished this February 22nd of 2023. And I found it sitting in a bag when I was switching my office, and I have not woven in any of the ends. I made this with all cotton. Oh my god. Also, I can tell I was working on it. I was primarily working on it over the summer because it smells like sunscreen. This is shameful. It's done. I just need to weave in my stupid ends. So, I mean, it's probably not a blanket that I'm gonna pull out until warmer weather anyway, especially like now that I'm working on my Moana blanket. That one's toasty warm. So this one will end up getting put away once I weave in the ends, but like, come on, MC. Also, it was like, I was wondering why my stack of like WIPS and project bags and stuff was so big, because this was in there. So this needs to stop. That should be quick, but I just wanted to come clean with you all and let you know what was hiding, lurking in the depths of my office. So, what's the plan? Firstly, put on my big girl pants and weave in my ends. I am gonna leave this blanket out and not in a bag where I can see it until that happens, and I'm gonna stop being ashamed of myself. Second, my Moana blanket is bringing me so much joy. It is just feeding my soul. It is making me feel so happy. I'm at a point where I can lay it across my lap and I don't even have to flip it anymore to start my rows. I can just kind of like scrunch things up and I can still have like most of the blanket over me. It is just the best experience. And I feel like I'm gonna end up focusing quite heavily on that first. And I feel like that's not the best idea. But I'm still probably gonna do it. I'm still probably gonna do it because nothing but this blanket is making me happy right now. I just, not that I'm not having fun with my other projects, I just like, this is all I want to do. I just don't feel like touching my other projects. But obviously this blanket is like really not travel friendly, and we are going to have a bunch of travel coming up. And even just like going to knit night and stuff. So like I'll probably bring one of my sweaters with me to knit night for the next couple of weeks because that's way more portable. I'll probably end up grabbing the socks and bringing those with me. anytime we're in the car. We are gonna have some travel where we'll be gone for a few days. We'll have a lot of car driving and then be gone for a little bit. And like, obviously I don't think it's the best idea to bring my blanket. So I'll probably bring the smaller things with me and get some serious work done on those. I am thinking that my Christmas socks, my Advent socks, are probably just not gonna happen. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But I think that might be a pipe dream. I also am planning on leaving my Nano because I think this is the one I'd like to focus on first. I want to leave this like out right in front of me so that when I'm sitting, I can occasionally take a break from my Moana blanket and work on it because I don't want to like focus just on the blanket and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well now I have 3 spinning projects that I'm trying to get finished and I'm like hurting myself because I'm spinning so much. I need to find the right balance and I don't know how to do that. I do also have a couple of different video and challenge ideas to help me get through this before the end of the year. So we'll see. If I finish everything that I am working on, like I said, I have 4 knit and 3 spinning projects. I will end up with 57 projects for the year total. I don't like that number. I don't like that number. If I do finish my Advent socks, I'll have 58. If I finish the Musselburgh, I'll have 59. I feel like I should try to squeeze one more thing in. Oh no. Can I get it all done? Can I get it all done and finish 3 more projects so then I end up with 60 finished things by the end of the year? I could weave something. I could sew something. I feel like I'm spiraling out of control a little bit right now. You're just watching it happen. Wow. What an adventure we just went on. I went from I don't think I can do it to I can definitely do it to I definitely cannot do it to maybe I can do it and do 3 more things. I don't think I can do it. Anyway, let me know what your plans are for the rest of the year. Let me know if you think I can do this or you think it's gonna be a mess. Send me some positive thoughts. Send me some words of encouragement or send me, you know, some words of rationality, maybe, if you think I'm going off the rails a little bit and help rein me in. Make sure that you head down below and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the chaos of watching me try to finish this by the end of the year. And let me know if you would like to join in the No WIP New Year challenge with me. And until next time, take care of you and I will see you later. Bye.